Welcome back everyone to more career mode gameplay of NASCAR Heat 5. And in today's video, we have some decisions to make. And these decisions will not only affect this season, but depending on how we spend our money, they could affect into next season as well. So let's first hop over to the season standings and let's take a glimpse at where we are. So we need to be in the top 4 in order to race for a championship at Phoenix. Right now we're 7th and we're minus 17. So our opportunity to make and point our way into the championship 4 at Phoenix is almost non-existent. We need to make up not only 17 points, which doesn't sound insurmountable, especially if we have a good stage 1 and stage 2 in the next couple of races. However, it's a little bit more to it than that. When we hop over to the work plan, in order to point our way in, we would need to have an absolutely great race at Texas and a great race at Martinsville. Now, it's virtually impossible for us to have a great race at Texas because no matter which one of these chassis we go with, we can't get it really anywhere near maxed out. And Texas is difficult enough with the AI under optimal conditions where we are fully upgraded in our car, but with the fact that we're not going to be able to get anywhere near that, our finish is not going to give us near enough points to have a shot at pointing our way in. So what that really means is that I think our best opportunity to make it to the championship 4 is we're going to have to win at Martinsville. Now, that doesn't sound so bad, except that the end of the season is 2 short tracks back to back. We only have 1 chassis, which means that even if we made our way into the championship 4 by winning Martinsville, we still wouldn't have a fully upgraded short track chassis for the championship race. So we're kind of stuck right now, except we do have 1 opportunity. So this entire time, this entire season, it's been about upgrading our car, and we've managed to do nearly all of that. Really, we're at 100 on the engine, 100 on the suspension, and we're at 90 on aero, so we're not terribly far from having a fully upgraded car. So our opportunity is this. If we go to car 4 and it allows us to purchase another short track chassis, then we should have enough opportunity and enough money, hopefully, over the next couple of races to get fully upgraded in our short track chassis and a second fully upgraded short track chassis that we could use at Phoenix. Now, none of this is a guarantee, but I feel like it gives us our best opportunity to maximize our performance right now in this season. Now, if we want to look forward to next season and say, okay, this season's just not going to work out for us. We made it to the top 8. We're going to finish in the top 8 in points. That is an awesome season. Let's look forward to next year. Then I feel like our best opportunity is to go ahead and use this $5 million in order to upgrade our aero to 95 and then keep pursuing it from that angle. However, the decision I've decided to make is I'm going to purchase another short track chassis because I don't want to give up on this season. Even though the chances of us winning a championship are very small, given we need to win Martinsville, and even if we win Martinsville, Phoenix is one of maybe the toughest track for me to run against the AI. Yeah, our chances are pretty small, but we're here. Let's do it right now and give it everything we've got. So by the time the season ends, whether it ends for us at Martinsville because we can't bring home the victory, or if it ends at Phoenix, we know we gave it everything we've got. So the plan is Texas, we're going to simulate that. Okay, we're going to go ahead and work on these chassis. We're going to simulate Texas and move on to Martinsville with our 1 shot at making it to Phoenix by virtue of a victory. So first things first, let's go ahead and purchase another car. Now, we want a short track chassis. Now, you do note that it won't even let us purchase another Speedway chassis, which is very interesting given the dynamics of the career mode, but we want the short track chassis. Now, it's going to cost us quite a bit of money to do that. We only have 158 grand left, but now what we want to use that remaining money on is purchasing or hiring a couple of more employees. So let's go ahead and see what we've got available. All right, so let's go ahead and get another engine specialist. And we're going to get another chassis person. We really need aero as well, but we'll do with what we've got here. And we'll get suspension. All right, there we go. Now we need to do a little training. Where did these guys go? There we go. So there's engine. And we've got 156,000. So let's see how much of this we can get by with. All right, so we don't want to go that far because we don't have any money left to train our other employee, at least not for this race. Remember, we've got another race to work with, so we're going to make some money in the purse there as well. So I think our best bet right now is to use about half of this for the engine and about half for the suspension employee. So let's go ahead and do that. That's a +7. And then suspension, let's go ahead and spend the remainder of this, whatever we got left. There we go, +7 for suspension. All right, I like it. All right, so now let's come back over to the work plan. And I don't want to auto-assign employees here because I got a feeling it's going to put them in all the places we don't want. And I just assume not go through that mess right now. All right, so we're going to do the +7 here on the new chassis. All right, and short track. Let's go ahead and get everything we can on these guys. And let's see, Texas, we're just going to go ahead and do away with it. We're just not going to worry about it. Again, we can't point our way in for all intents and purposes, so I'm not really going to worry about that. So let's put our other aero person here. Cameron, you're going to be working on the short track chassis. So now that should leave, let's go ahead. It should leave one more engine person and one more suspension. So I believe that's everybody now. Everybody is assigned. Let's make sure. Yes. Okay. All right. Excellent. So here is the chassis we'll be using for Texas. And then this will be our Martinsville chassis. We'll have one more opportunity to work on it. That will allow us to get it maxed out. And then we'll do the same thing here for our Phoenix chassis if we need it. So we took a big chance by spending money here, but I feel like it was the best chance. Let's make the most of what we've got now. All right, do we want to go ahead and get started? Yes, we do. All right, that part is taken care of. Let's go ahead and select our chassis. We'll go with chassis number 1. All right, let's simulate this race and see what we get. We know what we're expecting to get. And okay, hey, that's better. I'll take it. It's not mid-30s, so I'll take it 24th. But of course, as we've seen, if you want to make it to the Championship 4, you're going to need top 5s and top 3s and so on in order to point your way in. So, all right, we'll take care of that. Now, we're back up to $961,000. So I am very happy about that. All right, let's go ahead and continue on there. What do we want? At Martinsville, let's see, we've got 2 races left. A top 10 in 2 races. Yeah, let's do that. I'd love to think we can make 2 top 5s in a row, but because that's some nice money. But let's go with the normal. Let's just take the $133,000 if we have an opportunity to get it. All right, now it's time for some more training. All right, engine specialist. Let's go ahead and train you. All right, we'll get you to 10. And then suspension, same thing. All right, that'll leave us a little bit of money. Not that we're necessarily going to be able to use that money, but I do feel like that is our best bet. All right, now we do go to work plan, and let's work on these short track chassis. Of course, these are going to be our priority. So these guys are first and foremost. All right, why do we have... Oh, I don't like that at all. Okay, so I do want to spend some money right here. All right, let's back out. So all we have is a +10. I thought we had somebody a little bit better than that. Let's go ahead and do a little bit more training here. I really did think we had somebody better than that on suspension. Where are my suspension folks? All right, there's one. Okay, they're all three at the back end. Okay. And we're only going to be able to drain one of them. All right, so that's not necessarily what we were hoping for. Definitely not what I was hoping for. All right, so let's go ahead and put max over here. We still can't quite get there, but that's okay. 98 is close enough. We can work with that. All right, and then our other short track chassis, we are once again going to give it everything we got. Okay, not bad. Now we got two more. Let's go ahead and put you there and you there, because that Speedway chassis is what we'll end up using at Daytona in next season. And then this will end up being our Vegas chassis if everything works out the way I am thinking it will. All right, so let's look. I believe we've got everybody where we want them. And our $115,000, unfortunately, we can't really do any more upgrades and more training on our employees. So let's go ahead and start that work. All right, so 190 and 98 at Martinsville. Not quite our maximum capability, but it's going to have to do. All right, so select the car. Obviously, we want chassis number 3. All right, everything is all set. Keep in mind our objective for this race. It's all or nothing. We need to win, or our season ends today. All right, folks, it is race time here at Martinsville. All or nothing time for us, and we are starting on the front row. Now, I really was hoping to get the pole, and really should have had the pole, but unfortunately, not running practice, I missed a couple of my marks for braking. So, first things first, I'm going to have to figure out some sort of rhythm and whether or not I can find some marks. Well, we definitely didn't hit marks there. All right, let's see if we can just get spread out here a little bit, which is a relative term at Martinsville for sure. We just try to get in line and log some laps and see if I can figure out exactly where I need to be on my markers for turn in, for braking, getting back to the throttle, all those sorts of things. All right, that was a good corner. We need to repeat that. If we can repeat that, then Hamlin's going to have a hard time dealing with us. But the short tracks are all about rhythm. You got to find your markers, and so it's going to take us a little bit to do that, but so far so good. The good news is we're not getting pressured from behind. Those guys are busy fighting it out amongst themselves. All right, yeah, we got through there really good. All right, Hamlin is going to start getting very defensive in his driving, which is a little odd given how early we are in the race, but the AI really don't take that into consideration. They just race, regardless of whether or not it's for position and when it is during the race. But for me, I'm not really going to push the issue. If Hamlin makes a mistake or gives me an opening, something like that, then I'll take it. But otherwise, I am good to go right here.
I need 10 solid laps. Concentrate.
Because the points don't really mean anything to us, even the stage points. Because should we make it to Phoenix, at Phoenix it's all about winning the race and or being the top finisher of the championship 4, which usually means winning the race. But car is performing just fine. And I really don't want to just drive it in or overdrive it down into the corner right now and try to get that position, because it's just not worth it right now. And he's driving very defensively, so he's making it hard for me to make that pass. And of course, we're about halfway through stage number 1, and traffic is here. So how we get through traffic is going to say a lot about the finish of today's race.
Stay low, stay low.
If we get through traffic,
All right,
especially if
clear
we're able to
outside.
maintain this type of speed against the AI, then we're going to be in good shape.
Stay on the bottom here. All right, you're clear.
All right, here we go. Our first opportunity.
Car outside.
All right, so he gave us a little bit of room here. Not much. Oh, the 88 back here. I did not expect to see the 88 this far back.
You're all clear up top. 5 to go, this time by.
All right, 62, not going to cut us any breaks.
All right,
Don't
you're
really
clear.
blame him there. He's trying to stay on the lead lap. He's doing what he's supposed to do, especially this close to the end of a stage.
Got room, you're clear there.
All right, the 49 is kind of all over the place here. See if he gives us the inside. He does not.
Stay high, stay high.
All right, can we get by here on the outside? These guys are running side by
high up here.
side, so we're kind of boxed in right now.
Clear low, clear low.
All right, we kind of had to make that work.
Still there? All right, you're clear there. All clear. All right now, I need 2 more good laps from you.
2 more good laps,
Careful,
he says.
still there. You got room, you're clear.
All right, so far so good. You see the 11 right behind us. So he's been moving his way through traffic as well.
You got 1 to go.
All right, let's try to finish this one off. And even though the points don't matter to us because, and I didn't show you guys this, that reminds me, that was something I meant to mention to you guys. I did look at the points, the actual point standings, and we're down something like 53, 55 points here. So when I say the points don't matter, they really don't matter for us at this point. All right, so of course we're not going to be pitting. So let's move on to stage number 2. So again, same plan here. Just try to keep, if we're not the leader, then trying to keep the leader in sight and
You got room.
work our way through traffic, and hopefully we'll have plenty of speed for the end of the race. That final stage is really what it's about for us. What speed do we have left in the car for that final stage? How do we work our way through traffic? That kind of thing. Because once again, right here is not really what it's about for us. For me, I'm still just trying things out. Different ways of driving the car, getting into and off the corner, that kind of thing. So every once in a while, you're going to see me hit that curve. The curb on the inside, that red and white curb there. It really isn't that big of a deal in the car, as it probably should be, as it is in real life when you start hopping on that curb. But for us in the game, it's not really that big of a deal. It certainly doesn't help the car, but it really doesn't hurt it all that much either. All right, I like what I'm seeing behind us right now, meaning no big pressure back there. We'll see now that they've gotten single file. Let's see if that changes. But right now, I'm just making laps, trying to be smooth. Easier said than done sometimes here at Martinsville. All right, so about halfway through the stage. Running a little bit higher line here just to try to save the equipment a little bit. I don't have to keep it right down on the curb at all times, especially now when we have nobody around us and no pressure coming. All right, and there is the traffic. And just as you would expect, it is an assembly line up here because there is nothing but conveyors.
Five to go, driver.
All right, luckily we're not going to have to deal with this traffic for too long in this stage. Is he going to give me that?
Stay low, stay low.
Didn't think he was. He finally decided he was going to give me a little bit on the inside.
You got room. You're clear. Careful, still there.
Just trying to
All
pick
right,
our way
you're clear
through
there.
here.
Gotta
Again,
come
right now
on
it's
out.
not a huge deal if these guys don't give me the
All right, you're clear.
bottom so that I can make the pass. It's not a problem. Now in the next stage, if they start holding me up and we've got pressure and all of that, then yeah, we're going to have to make some things happen. We'll have to get quite a bit more aggressive sometimes with these guys.
Careful, still there. Two to go. All clear.
Well, I thought that the 73 car was going to stay. I was right about what he did in the corner. He went to the bottom,
White flag is in the air.
and I thought I was going to be able to get by him on the outside, but then he kept wanting to fade to the outside on corner exit to block us. So, I was trying to be very careful with him.
Still there.
All right, final lap here in stage 2,
Clear high, bud.
and we'll finish this one off. And now is where things get interesting. So the first 2 stages out of the way, and thankfully for us, a couple of stage wins, we'll take it. But now the real work is going to be done. So 33 laps remaining, or there or thereabouts. Of course, we're not going to be pitting. And boy, wouldn't that be interesting, trying to come through the field in one stage, needing a victory. That would be a sight to behold. You'd have to drive this thing like a snowplow through the field.
Car outside. You got room. You're clear there.
All right, let's see if we can get going. Find some pace early. Hopefully pull away from these guys a little bit. That would be the best case scenario. That way, as we get to lap traffic, we could be a little bit more careful and not have to, use the snowplow method of getting through traffic. But car is behaving quite nicely. Tried something a little bit different with the setup, as I usually like to do. But yeah, very happy with the setup. We know that we're not quite maxed out overall on the car, nor are we quite maxed out even for our own current level of performance, but I think we've got what we need. Alright, so where are we right now? Alright, 26 laps left. Really what's going to matter is once we start getting into traffic. And I'm not seeing them just yet. And the longer we go without seeing them, really the better. Because we saw earlier that Denny Hamlin got through traffic very nicely and was right on our tail once we cleared a little bit of that traffic at the end of the stage. So with that in mind, but that was back in stage 1. Stage 2 I'm not really sure about. I didn't see who was in second place in stage 2, nor did I see him in my mirror toward the end as we were working our way through traffic. But in stage 1, we know the AI can get through traffic. So I have no real reason to believe that I'm going to destroy them in that regard. So we just really need If we can get these guys single file in front of us, that will really help. What really bogs us down is when they get side by side and I have to try to figure out how to get through there, because the answer is usually take it 3 wide. Funny how my brain does that. If 3 wide is an option, that's usually the one I prefer. Alright, so far so good. Just clicking off laps. Now we have officially gotten to the back of the field, and of course the 77 is going to show me to the inside. Of course he is. First car.
Careful, still there.
Again, just trying to be nice and easy as much as I can be.
Stay low,
I have no idea who's in second place, and I'm not going to pull up the leaderboard because I kind of like the idea of not knowing. Adds a little bit more excitement. So they might be, 5 seconds behind me, or
down low now. All right, you're clear
they
there.
might be right behind me.
Still there.
Of course, the good news is if nobody passes me, we don't have anything to worry about at all.
All right, you're clear there.
Don't do it. Yep, I saw it coming.
Careful, still there.
Went
All
straight
clear.
to the bottom to block. All right, so now we'll be able to get by him.
You got room. You're clear.
All right, there we go. We'll have another lap or two without any traffic. Maybe we can pull out a little bit more of a lead. Looking behind us, I don't see anybody there. So that tells me second place isn't close right now.
Careful, still there. You got room. You're clear.
Again, right now we're clicking off laps and really nothing much is happening. These guys, for the most part, are giving me enough room when I ask for it. Times like that, it would be nice if
All right, clear outside.
that car would have given me the bottom, but as long as you sort of know where they're going to go ahead of time, you can plan around it. It's not that big of a deal. And of course, if it was a situation where we needed to get by because somebody was chasing us down or trying to pass us, then yeah, snowplow method. All right, once again, I don't see anybody behind us. So that tells me second place. We've got a nice lead over them as the laps are starting to click down. We're getting close to 10 to go.
Stay on the bottom.
See if we can do this 3 wide. Boy, looking at that kind of angle on your corner entry at Martinsville is not what you want.
Got one peeking outside. All clear. Careful, still there. You got room, you're clear there.
Yeah, the 88, I see it now that he's got damage on the front end, so he has obviously been caught up in the accordion effect at some point during the race. So that would explain why he's so far back. All right, there's our 10 to go.
All right, you're clear there. Still there. You're clear all around there.
All right, once again, guys giving me plenty of room for the most part.
Clear high, clear high.
Here's the 9 car once again. Wouldn't have expected to see him. this far back into the field. I have no idea what position we've lapped up to. All right. Oh, look at me. I was looking in the rearview mirror and wasn't really paying attention enough. All right, so we're what, 8 laps to go? All right, now I take a glance to see, is there anybody chasing us down now that we've worked our way through some of that lap traffic? And I don't really see anybody. So far, so good. I like this. Not exactly what I had expected, but here we are. Close to 5 laps to go, and no pressure at all from behind. We're just out here lapping cars.
5 to go. You got this.
All right, there you have it. 5 laps to go. All right, now coming up on the 3 car. And looks like we're about to lap the 66 again. Not even sure how many times we've lapped him in this race. Don't do it, 66. Don't do it. Stay up there. I thought for sure he was coming down. Same thing with the 77. Just stay up there.
Still there. All right, you're clear.
I see the 73 up there a little further. But again, for us right now, it's just smooth sailing. No reason to get aggressive with these guys. Just pass them as you get to them.
2 laps left. Stay calm.
All right, last 2 laps. We'll follow the 3 through here.
Stay out the bottom. All right, you're clear there. All right, clear outside. White flag, dig, driver.
All right, clear outside, he says, on the final lap. And once again, I have seen not even a peek of what could be second place.
Stay low, stay low.
And we will take it. Wow, what a result. First place, we come home with the victory after needing the victory. So, of course, no burnout for me. We will skip by that. And now I kind of want to see. So, second place driver. No, wait a minute. That doesn't look right. That doesn't look right at all. Where were these guys? It looks like they were close, but I never saw anybody. Regardless, we come home with the victory. I guess I was just missing somebody maybe as we were moving along, but we come home with the victory, and that is what we needed. So now let's move forward and receive our race earnings. $205 grand for winning that race. A little over $1.1 million total. Again, it's all merch payout. That's what it all comes down to. Without the merch payout, you would never get anywhere in building a team, because it is extremely expensive, and the race purse as well as the sponsorship money just isn't going to cut it. Not with the way this thing is laid out. So there you have it. As we head into Phoenix with a chance to race for a championship, it'll be Kurt Busch, Kyle Busch, and Joey Logano there with us. So wow, the Busch brothers and Joey Logano, no real surprise there. So that's going to do it for today. We came in to this video needing a victory to secure our spot in the Championship 4, and that's exactly what we got. So thank you so much for joining me, and stick around for more NASCAR Heat 5.